Hi, you're watching Talking About. I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilduff. I mean Tom Ragu.
we shipped Cara away.
She's in a cart somewhere.
Yeah,
I
with
shipped
a
her
bunch of
sent her
animals.
to North Korea. Hopefully we'll never see her again.
I wouldn't go that far, but we love our Cara and we miss her. And
Very,
I'm
very
happy to
much.
have you because
very much. Oh, thank you.
I don't get to share the
I didn't
spotlight with
hear
you that
Can
often.
you say that again?
I'm very happy to have you
Oh,
here
thank
and
you so much.
to share this
Thank you.
to share this show with you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to try and make you laugh, if that's okay.
It doesn't take
For a
much.
change on this show.
That doesn't take
All
much.
right.
I mean, I know a few people who could just do it with a zipper.
Moving on. So by the way, just thank you for inviting me to co-host with you. I'm honored, and thank you so much.
No, I mean you're always welcome on this show, and I'm
Thank you.
happy to have you.
Thank you.
And there's a lot going on in the world that we're gonna try to get into in the
Right.
We have 10 minutes to talk about the entire world.
Well, right after our show finishes here live at 9 p.m. Are the vice presidential debates with Mike Pence and Tim Kaine.
Yes.
And now last week were the presidential
Yes,
debates,
which was.
What
I
did you think?
thought started out well,
Right.
and then one devolved into I can't even say hot mess, just a little fecal matter.
Yeah. It was. I thought it was a great debate. I don't know if though, because I think that the people who are supporting Hillary. They really, and I don't know if either Hillary or Donald had such a strong showing to be able to sway the undecided people that were watching.
I think I would hope that that's such a narrow segment of society, people who cannot make a clear distinction between the views of the two candidates.
Well, according to CNN, 10% of the voting population haven't made up their minds yet. So that's millions of people.
Yes, that is. And I think, well, fortunately, there's the VP debate, which is on right after us tonight,
Right.
at least during our live show. And then we have two more presidential debates, and one of which is a town hall, which is pretty much Hillary's forte, and then the other one, I believe, is more of a standard debate,
Right.
which if somebody doesn't prepare again, that person will be creamed.
Exactly. I just am wondering how America is watching all this. You know. I think they're trying to give you a microphone.
Okay. Thank you. We're hardwiring. So.
Don't worry, everybody. We'll edit this out in post. You won't even know what happened. Okay.
Yeah, right. I think something key is how the world is watching all of this as well, because
Right.
If we're not careful, well, the system is already a laughingstock. I think if you look at foreign news sources, other countries are saying, how can this have gotten that far?
Right.
And it's insane. So we will see, and I think people who are voting just a third party just to make a statement need to look at what happened with Brexit, because there were people there who were voting just to make a statement, not thinking that Brexit would get passed, and it did, just because of that minority of people.
Right. And what I thought was very interesting was that right after Brexit happened, people wanted to redo the whole thing.
Yes, and by which point it was kind of lost. I am going to go on this side because we're going to be talking that way more later. Yeah, and we'll have these little wires hanging on for the rest of the show, which is just always very pretty in HD.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what else is going on in the week?
Well, There's a lot of trivial stuff going on. It's like pop culture watchers, the whole Kim Kardashian, robbery.
Got robbed, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Supposedly. Do you think that she would make that whole thing up just
I-
for publicity?
I would
It
not.
seems very extreme to me.
It seems very extreme to go for publicity. I am not an expert in anything Kardashian. I have never watched an episode of anything, and when they guest appear in other reality shows that I do watch, I generally change the channel.
Right.
But I know that the ratings have been falling on their show, and what's her name? Her mother is a marketing mastermind. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, her mother was the one who came up with the idea for the sex tape to begin with. I had read that.
To market it,
Yes.
not to perform in it.
Uh,
Yeah, okay.
To the best of my knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, I read
Right.
it on the internet, so take that for what it's worth.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
But we'll see if ratings go up, and if ratings go up, then it works. Because I know that the whole Robin China show is bombed as much
Right.
as Caitlyn's show.
Caitlyn, yeah. Caitlyn's moving back into the mansion. That's what's going on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I think it's either this season coming up where Caitlyn, has to move back into the Keeping Up with the Kardashian mansion. They canceled I Am Kate,
Right.
and now Caitlyn's moving back. That's got to be humiliating, right?
On many sides.
I mean, sharing a bathroom with everybody, and everybody's doing their hair in the mirror,
That's a challenge.
and everybody's
yeah.
got a C-sounding name, right? Chris, Chloe, Kim, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kylie, all these,
And now Caitlyn.
and Caitlyn. So
Because I almost went with the birth name, and I try not to do that, but I slip every once in a while.
every now and then, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I mean, for the purpose of enlightening a lot of people toward more transgender issues in the transgender community, I think that the I Am Kate show did a smidgen of that and brought a few things into the mainstream. So if it had the tiniest bit of positive impact, then that's almost a good thing, or at least that aspect of it is a good thing.
Yeah, I watched the show. I thought it was interesting. I liked the little road trip that all the girls did across country in season 2. I just I think that Caitlyn Jenner is missing an opportunity to really reach out to a lot of people, because I think that everything gets lost in the mix. People are very concentrated on her political views and not the fact that she is one of the most visible trans people
Right.
in the celebrity world.
Because if you go back, as recent as, say, 3 years, the T in LGBT was silent.
Right.
And that is rapidly changing, much to the hatred of the haters.
Right.
And it's having an impact on our culture and society, some positive, some negative, but out of negative tends to come positive. It's that you have the people who push back, but hopefully what's right will come forth and land on top,
So to speak.
so to speak.
That's John Griffith doing comedy, ladies and gentlemen.
Unintentional comedy, which is the story of my life.
That's the story of my life, too. If you've ever listened to my show, everything is unintentional.
But when is your show on?
Oh, thanks for asking. That's called a plug. And so we're on Bbox Radio, bboxradio.com, and we are on every Friday afternoon from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern. And this coming Friday, we have Lady Bunny on, the legendary drag queen. And the week after that, we have actress Naomi Warner on.
Okay.
And so we have lots of interesting guests on, and we play lots of music that I produce and remix, and so because I also do some DJing, and so it's fun. And it's myself, Laura Spaeth, TGI Ford Tom and Laura, and then Chauncey Dandridge as well.
Okay. Yeah, he's.
It was on recently, a couple of months ago.
Yes, a couple months ago. He was in one of the clips that we showed earlier. Actually, I think everybody that except for Lady Bunny's been on in a small segment, and the other guest that you mentioned has not been on yet. So we'll,
Yeah.
we'll pilfer your guests one by one.
I'll get her on here.
But
I'm very excited about having Lady Bunny on because I am a major Lady Bunny fan, and I went to the first Wigstock
okay.
back in, I think it had been 90 or 91
Okay.
in Tompkins Square Park.
Okay. I was at the first one that they filmed.
Yeah.
So I know they filmed for the movie. They filmed 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was at the first one, and yeah, it was. There were some amazing performances, but I'm not big for crowds. The older I get, the less I like crowds. So
Right.
yeah, I hung out for a little while, and then I just kind of wormed my way out of it, just because I was claustrophobic from the massive amount of people who came to enjoy the performance. And I enjoyed what I could enjoy, but the little claustrophobic in me just won out, and I ran like hell.
Yeah.
The movie was great.
And Lady Bunny recently did a Wigstock cruise.
Yes,
So
on
that was-
CT.
Yeah, right.
That was a 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. And yeah, so that was interesting. We're very excited to have her on the show, and she has a new single out. So we're going to play the music, and she is going to be. She has a show currently in an extended run at Stonewall Inn.
Yes.
And so we're going to talk about all those things.
Wonderful.
And so that's
that's
my little show.
Okay.
that takes so much of my time.
And I'll try to get some links to you on the www.talkingabout.info website.